Hello friends, welcome back to BlockTribe. In this video, we'll be learning about require function in Solidity. Require basically means to enforce certain conditions on the function to be used and to improve the security of a smart contract. Now, in layman terms, if I say require is basically used to do error handling in Solidity. By error handling, I mean that it basically checks certain conditions, and if those certain conditions do not meet, we do not want to proceed because the code can produce certain errors from that code. So that is why it is used to do error handling. Why do we need require function? Require function is basically used to do input validation and access control. Now I'll give you a fair idea when we proceed further into the code. There are certain functions just similar to require, which are assert and revert. So they also have their advantages and disadvantages. I'll give you an idea in the next videos about them. So let's move ahead with the advantages of require. Advantages of require are basically it refunds the gas use in the case when require gives and false, or it basically fails. Now the second point which comes here is it also brings the state variables to its previous state. Now I'll also give you an idea in the code about this, the second point. Now let's move ahead with the syntax of require. So require basic syntax is we write require as a keyword, and in the braces we would write message dot sender double equal to owner, and the second param would be optional, which is the message you want to provide in case of the error. Now this is basically the first param points to the condition which you want to check, and second param points to the message in case of the error when require gives out false. So this is it. Let's move ahead and try to code, and I'll give you a fair idea of what I'm trying to say above. So let's start by why do we need require function for. So initially, let's continue with the example which we used in the previous video for notification. Let's try and take this code and let's place it over here. Now what do we need to do is, now I'll be giving an idea of how input validation and access control is done using require. So what all is covered in this event is basically it's a notification event where you would pass the address of the tool where the notification needs to go and the message. A slight modification which we would try to do for this function is, let's try to take in param address, and what we need to do is okay, so that's okay. Now what we are trying to do over here is basically we would take this address and check if this address is equal to the message dot owner or message dot sender, sorry, and if that's okay, it would proceed, otherwise it would break the code then and there. Now so let's try to put a require, and what we do is address double equals to message dot sender, and yeah, that's it. And let's also, now this particular require statement would tell us the access control. Now you would pass an address, and if that's equal to message dot sender, it would say it would proceed, else it would say okay. Let's also put a message here, not the owner. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Now let me also give you an example of input validation. Now what do we say is in the message k check 256 ABI dot encode packed, and it would say underscore message. Okay, so this is how we take this, double equals to, and we would say block tribe is best. Once again, block tribe is best. Yeah. Now what do you want to do is basically, now if this is not the case, what it should do is it should give out error saying rest are okay. So you might already know that rest are okay. Yes. Okay, let's proceed further. Now what does it say? Got this. Okay, I think so. There's one more required. Keycheck 256, keycheck 256. Yep. Okay, so that's it. Now let's let me go ahead and deploy this, and we'll check. Now what do I do is I take this address, I paste it here, and also I say block tribe is best. Block tribe is best. Now when I push the notification, what it says is, yep, now you see the logs have been pushed to the blockchain, where it says this is the address and this is block tribe is best. So now if we try to change the address of the sender to something else, we would get not the owner as a notification. Now let's try to change the owner, and yep, that's it. Let's say this is the address, and okay, now we say block tribe is best, and as soon as we push the notification we get this. So this is reason provided by the contract, says not the owner, and the transaction has been reverted to the initial state, which means it has also it brings back the state variables to the initial state as well. Now I'll also give you a fair idea of what initial state it means. What does this basically mean? Now let's try. Now we have seen the access control. Let's try to see how it checks the input validations. Now here we have said block tribe is best, right? Let's and the error message as rest are okay. So let's go ahead and say not block tribe, let's say XYZ is best. So that's it, right? Let's try and say okay. So one more thing, we need to change back the address to the previous owner so that this does not cause any problem. Let's go ahead and deploy, and as soon as I hit the notification, it says rest are okay, and this is the reason provided by the contract, because the require not the owner has passed, the access control has passed, but there was one more require which says it should be the message should be block tribe is best, and this is not passed, due to which it says rest are okay. Now this is how we use require in our code. So we need to be very conscious, because there are people who will try to bug your code, or who will try to take advantages of your wrong coding standards or wrong coding. So please be sure of what you write in a smart contract, and security is the utmost important thing in a smart contract. So this is how you would use require. In the coming videos, I will also give you an idea of how to use assert and revert. So yeah, that's it for the video. I have tried to cover as much as possible for require in Solidity. If you have any if you have any doubts, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them. And please like, share, and subscribe if you like the content. Thank you.